I worked for this chef. He was like such a good chef, and he had that voice. He would talk about food, and like that how like really like educational, and like he had that like almost like an ASMR voice where when he listened, you just were so captivated.
When he spoke, you listened.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so he would like be talking about the meat or whatever, and you're like, that's so, and then like a woman would walk by because like the sidewalk was visible from the kitchen, and he would just say the most derogatory thing about what he wanted to do to that woman, and you're like, bro, we were having such a special moment.
Yeah, you're like, no, dude,
you can't do that.
Yeah, I pictured you on Chef's Table on Netflix,
right?
like sprinkling fucking tarragon on something, and now you're like, hey, this is like a dick, and this one is like a pussy. What am I doing? And I go, yep, you're fucking. You're coitusing our two.
Yep, the bread's going
tonight.
into the fucking salmon. I get it, dog.
If only people sitting at that restaurant knew that the steak they were enjoying was getting butt fucked by another steak. Hey, Hesbos. Welcome to another episode of Hesby Street. If you know anything about us, you know there's two things we like. Our podcast rated and our podcast reviewed, baby. So wherever you listen to us, rate and review us.
Is that different?
What?
What's the difference between a rate and a review?
A rate can only be told in stars.
Oh, got it. And then a review's words.
Or emojis.
I don't know if you can do emojis.
Yeah, people do a lot of thumbs downs.
And that's good or bad?
I've been petitioning for no more emojis.
Yeah.
Just because of all the thumbs down and vomit. But no, you can do it. Go to patreon.com/Hesby Street and you'll get an extra episode every week for now.
For now.
Torio's really at the precipice of
I'm trying to get rid of Patreon, but a couple patrons, only like 2, and Zack are really pushing for it to remain a thing.
That's more than 2, dude.
It's 3. But I rounded down to 2.
Which is way more than 2.
It's not that much more than 2.
It's 50% more than 2.
I'm pretty sure, based on who the 3 are, that we're probably down to 2 by now.
Damn.
Yeah.
It happens that fast.
It happens that fast.
The Patreon world moves fast. So get over there quick before you miss
all you can.
Our final episode. And go to our YouTube channel, like our videos, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy this episode.
Most importantly, live in the present and enjoy yourself.
No, rate and review us, then live wherever the fuck you want. Dwell in the past. Start the music.
I haven't voted yet.
This episode comes out the day after people voted, so you would have voted by then.
Yes,
presumably.
But in this moment that we're living in, I haven't voted yet. And you know what? Maybe I won't.
Why?
No, I will. But I hate that I will. I'm over it.
Don't be that guy, man. I feel defeat in your voice. You don't want to do Patreon episodes.
I'm pure defeat.
You don't want to vote.
I am pure. I'm running on
defeat.
Just defeat. Just a full tank of defeat.
And to be clear, not a guy that's in defeat that has like a Cajun accent.
Yeah, it's not that. Well, yeah, you got defeat quick.
Defeat.
This episode. You got straight to...
Well, if you keep saying defeat, I'm getting to the feet.
Okay, that's fair.
Don't hang that fruit over
What's
my
on
head.
the agenda for today's episode? I missed the I'm so defeated I missed the pre-production meeting.
It was a doozy, man.
Oh, what did you guys go over?
Ban on assault rifles.
We're banning them?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
From the podcast. No more in the podcast assault rifles?
Yeah, this is going to be a gun-free podcast now.
Okay.
So we're going to have to rely on pure cunning.
We're going to do it all with our hands now.
Yep.
Okay. I like that.
Knives are okay.
Of course.
Knives Out, great movie.
Great movie. They're writing a sequel.
It was so
Or
good.
they're releasing a sequel. I think it was written forever ago.
Yeah, they wrote it right
Probably right away.
away.
Yeah.
That's how fast Hollywood moves. Speaking of Hollywood, I had a big acting day yesterday.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited to hear about this because it sounded like maybe it wasn't the best day.
It was. Sometimes you get shit gigs, This would be one of those.
And you did say Hollywood,
It's Hollywood.
but it was filmed in.
It's really for an HR.
Uh-huh.
Oh, right. It was filmed in Orange County.
Yeah, Hollywood adjacent.
Hollywood South.
Yeah.
And it was for an HR interactive video. I play a chef that hires a girl whose name is hard to pronounce. And I go, man, I'm not saying that name.
Yeah, chefs are not. You want to talk about non-PC.
I mean, dude. Yeah, I was like, if this is the first thing you're attacking in the kitchen, there's some chefs that I got to show you that think every piece of meat looks like a pussy, and they need everyone to know that. They go, hey, Zack, what's this?
Dude, there was.
And I go, it's actually Zack.
I worked for this chef. He was like such a good chef, and he had that voice. He would talk about food, and like that you know how like really like educational, and like he had that like almost like an ASMR voice where when he listened, you just were so captivated.
When he spoke, you listened.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so he would like be talking about the meat or whatever, and you're like, that's so. And then like a woman would walk by because like the sidewalk was visible from the kitchen.
Yeah.
And he would just say the most derogatory thing about what he wanted to do to that woman. And you're like, bro, we were having such a special moment.
Yeah, you're like, no, dude,
Yeah, you
no.
can't do that.
Yeah, I pictured you on Chef's Table on
Yeah,
Netflix, like
right?
sprinkling fucking tarragon on something. And now you're like, hey, this is like a dick, and this one is like a pussy. What am I doing? And I go, yep, you're fucking. You're coitusing our two
Yep, the bread's
entrees
going
tonight.
into the fucking salmon. I get it, dog.
If only people sitting at that restaurant knew that the steak they were enjoying was getting butt fucked by another steak. Yeah,
They're
so
like-
anyway.
They were like, "What? This was so good. What's the trick?" And they're like, "You don't want to know."
Yeah, let's just say a lot of love went into this.
Some hate, some love.
Pain, sweat, tears. Yeah, so like me mispronouncing a girl's name and being insecure about it.
No, but it is something that, like, yeah, it happened. Yeah, good. Chefs should have to watch all of these HR videos.
Oh, agreed. But yeah, so I show up.
You were the problematic chef.
I'm the problematic chef.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the star, if you will. Cannot wait for some random person I know to just text me like, Zack, is this you, dog? And I'm like, that's your fucking name?
Is that one of your lines?
No, I'm like, you mind if I call you this for short? And they're like, actually, and I'm like, cool, let's show you where you work today. And then, so yeah, the actress, it was just everyone, no one had like a normal personality. I felt like such a snob. Like, the actress was too much of an actress. It was like a theater person with no sense. Needed to be told how to feel at every turn, every talking point or
There's
anecdote.
always one or two of those, but
Yeah.
when it's everyone, that's exhausting.
Yes. And then I don't like...
Theater nerds. Did you say that?
Theater nerds.
Yes.
Talking about how amazing her boyfriend is, and he's older, so he's in production, but she's younger, so she still gets to act because like the dream is alive for her. And I'm like, you're talking like to a room of people that are like in their 50s. Like the other actors on set are older than you.
Yeah, just no
Awareness.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then everything I tried to say, it was just like, well, no. And I'm like, no, I don't, like, I'm not doing this with you.
Right.
You know, where she was like, my back, it's killing me. It's so tight. And I was like, I used to get that too. And I started stretching my hamstrings more, and it like really opened up my back. And she's like, no, my hamstrings are... they're actually really flexible. And like, it was that long of a moment where I'm like, you don't have to talk anymore.
Yeah. I think at that point you just have to be like, this is my process is I just don't talk until they say action.
Yeah, I became that person.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even look while they're talking to me. I'm like, I felt like such a bully, such a cool kid.
Yeah.
But there was this one dude who was a background actor who was a character.
In a good way?
In with either had braces or just recently had his jaw wired shut. Or like the top row wired.
Something was wrong.
Something was wrong. And he bragged, his talking points were the talking points of a new kid at your high school. Freshman year. He goes like, first thing he says, he comes and sits next to me, and we're like, yeah, so I think we should have like a long day. You know, it's painful small talk sitting around waiting to like be called on set. Mm-hmm. And he goes, man, I know that Memorial Day I'm getting tanked. And I go,
In May?
I didn't know. Okay, so I don't know holidays. So I silently pull out my phone and I go, that's 7 months from now. I'm like, this guy is planning his blackouts this far in advance.
Like, bro, you've got Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
Christmas, New Year's Eve.
Right? No,
A great blackout holiday.
I don't observe those. So then we're on set, and then I just hear him. Everyone's talking at a normal voice except him.
Right.
And I just hear him across set go. He's talking kind of to the room of crew, of cast, whoever wants to catch this word. The words coming out of his mouth can catch it. Kind of makes me wish Jesus spoke like this, where it was like, "Blessed are the poor in spirit," and everyone's like, "What? Me? Are you been talking to me?" So he goes, there was no traffic coming up from San Diego. I drove 110 miles an hour the whole way. And I see this camera guy, everyone's sort of like, like annoying guy. And this camera guy who it was his first day working on this, he's adjusting his camera and he goes, 110? And he's like looking around for someone. He's like, yeah. And he's like, you went 110? He's like, the whole way. And he's like, oh, and he adjusts, and then he like looks away from the camera, and he catches eyes with me, and I go, I know, and he goes, that's really fast. It's like, this isn't. Someone should sit him down. Someone's gonna die, man. Like everything he said.
Oh no!
And then so he's a prep cook, and his only job is to stand in the background.
No lines, right?
No lines.
Background.
Fake chop. Has fruit. They're like, just, work back here. And you should know to just keep yourself busy. So he pulls out a knife and he's like, whoa. And he's swinging the knife around, real knife. And then he starts dicing vegetables. And he's laying out plates of produce for everyone to eat. And I'm like, someone stop him. And of course, like I'm taking credit. It's like the Twilight Zone where the crew is like, perfect. And everyone starts snacking on the props for the scene.
Sure, which is not
it's like,
ideal.
guys, keep in mind, these are going away now, right? So like the vegetables we have, or you're eating them all. I'm like, I don't care anymore. I'm like, just tell me who to disrespect. Just point me to the lady that I make feel like
You're really
shit.
diving into your character. You're like, guys, stop.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it.
And then the actress, of course, has a name where she goes, please pronounce my full name. It's the theme of our scene is pronounce my full name. And she's asking us to pronounce her actual full name. So someone makes a joke of like, hey, why don't I call you this for short? Every time the joke happens, she goes, please don't.
Wait, so is this her real name? This is
Yes.
off. Sorry, so what's her real name?
Her real, like, I shouldn't say
I don't
it.
give a fuck, dude. Say it.
All right, let's just say it's like Alexandria.
You're so full of shit, man.
Okay, and then people are like, can I call you Alex? And she, instead of her going, like in the script, she's like, no, that's not my name. And I'm like,
So she's method acting.
I hope so.
Right.
I honestly hope so.
Yeah.
So then the the guy who's chopping, every time I'm doing my scene, I have like one line. It's a short, it's like, what should Zack have said differently in this one scene? Every time I'm about to say my line, and I'm like, dude, you don't have to actually chop vegetables every time. And he goes, peppers are actually a fruit. And I'm like, burn me alive. I've never understood the burn me alive people as protest. I'm going to light myself on fire.
I love that you finally yelled at him and he goes, peppers are a fruit.
Did you know that?
We're like, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
Give me the knife.
Yeah. So I drove home as fast as I could, man.
110?
110. 110 the whole way. And you know where my sights are set? Memorial Day 2023.
What a weird guy.
He was bizarre, man.
Oh, I love him, though.
And couldn't take a cue that he was weird. You know what I mean?
didn't
Where
get it.
everyone was like, hey, man, why don't you not be the way you are?
Could you be different?
And he's like, look what I could do with this knife.
I wonder if I need to take those cues.
Would
you tell me?
Yeah, I would.
Thanks, man.
I think I do. Often.
What would you do?
You got to start listening.
Oh, you should start listening, yeah. All right.
So you went and did shows in San Diego. You were actually a comedian this weekend. A real touring comedian.
I guess. San Diego's not that much further than Orange County, really. Yeah, San Diego was fun. I did a show. It was like rowdy crowd. I did a show where I did 20 minutes. I think I did 4 jokes. It was just all crowd work. And it was fun. But it was one of those things where it's just like, those don't tell crowds of getting like, I think don't tells become such a popular thing.
Don't tell comedy shows for those at home that haven't seen their
people are
Instagram
getting
ads.
kind of, I think people are coming back so much, they're getting used to like the flow of it. And they're starting to feel like
part of it.
A part of it. And now I think with all these don't tell comedians are like fishing for crowd work sets too. Like the culture of stand-up's changed because all these clips online are people doing crowd work. So it's like they want to be involved now.
Yeah.
So it's not like, and I don't mind that. A lot of comics hate it.
You have to be ready to embrace it.
You have to be ready to embrace it. It was a fun show, but I don't know, man. I was in, I just was like depressed all week. You knew it. You know what I hate?
I could feel that.
You know what I hate is like how much people can tell.
Why?
When I'm depressed.
It should help because it's like an identifier.
No, I want to be like, you know who I'm jealous of? You know those people that like kill themselves?
Yeah.
You know them?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
I'd like that. No, I'm kidding. Those people that kill themselves and then people are like, he seems so happy. I didn't see this coming.
Yeah.
I want that kind of depression.
Oh, dude.
I want that where it's like, I want to at least seem happy.
You got to take some acting classes.
Yeah.
Because you don't, when it's happening, you feel it.
Yeah.
And I don't even have to see you. It's just the words you use. Everything sucks. I'm like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, I gotta get better at
It's negative hyperbole.
Yeah, I gotta hide it.
You go, it's all shit. And I'm like, I said, what's up?
What did I say?
Like I typed that? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm jealous of those people, man.
You just got to overcome because when you overcome, that's what makes everyone...
What does that mean?
You become a beacon of hope.
What does that mean, overcome?
Like, I was going through depression, and then what I did was I wrote a screenplay, and now that's the greatest movie I've ever written based on the moment that I was in my darkest. And I wanted it just to be a way to vent, but it turned out to be a beacon of hope and change for everyone going through what I'm going through. I didn't know there were that many.
But then that person still ends up killing themselves, right? And then people are like, oh no, I thought he had overcame.
No.
So maybe I could get that.
You know what happens to that person?
What?
He gets to direct Iron Man 2 because his name's Jon Favreau. And he wrote Swingers when he was down and out in L.A. Near your neighborhood.
That's true. He's over in
East Hollywood.
Yeah.
You're walking right in his footsteps,
dude,
man.
You know what sucks is like, speaking
Iron Man 2. I know. Let's not talk about it.
So I had like one of those days. I had a rough week, whatever, mental health wise.
Yeah.
And I woke up like Sunday. I know you probably can't relate, but like I think you can kind of like feel the chemicals shift a little bit when you're coming out of it.
Yeah.
Like Sunday, I started to feel a little better. I was like, okay, I feel like a human being again.
Yeah.
And then I woke up Monday. My heater broke. It's like
cold.
It's cold. It's raining, which
sad.
Not the worst.
Sad weather.
And then I walked outside and like my street and then the whole other block next to us is you can't park at because they're filming SWAT. The TV show SWAT.
Yeah.
For 4 days on these streets.
That's annoying.
And every time they film stuff on my street, it's always like gunfights or like crime shows.
Right.
And I'm like, is my neighborhood that bad?
Yeah.
I guess.
Right.
It's not though. It's fine. It's a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, it's not gunshots crime. But they can't film gunshots crime where there is gunshots crime.
Well, yeah, I think right. But I think they should try. No. Because I want my parking spots back, man. Anyway, so I felt like I was finally coming out of it. And then the Monday, the Mondays, we're like, nah, dog. You're going right back to where you were, dog.
Yeah.
Heater broken.
Yeah.
Ants in the food. I had ants in my food. Couldn't eat.
That I hate.
The rain.
Rain, that's a lame one.
Rain's a lame one.
You like rain, I feel like.
I like rain, but I like walking around,
Right.
It's bad for me. And then the parking spot thing. I had to walk here in the rain. Just because I couldn't give up that parking spot.
That's dumb. Give it up. Walk. Why don't you give it up and then walk from far away when you park at night?
Because it's going to be 2 a.m.
So?
In the rain. Because I got to work till 2 a.m. tonight.
You don't know it's going to rain. Anyway, you're making excuses. Overcome them. Let me tell you about a kid named Chris Paul.
Okay.
Okay? Grandpa gets killed.
Right.
He's in high school.
Yeah. And then
Grandpa
he punches
dies.
that guy in the dick in college. Never forgot that. Everyone forgets
Before
that.
well, yeah, he overcame the guy's dick. But he was in high school. His grandpa gets killed.
Yep.
Dies young, 61. Chris Paul goes out next game. Scores 60 points.
Couldn't get the one, huh?
By the end of the game, he gets fouled. Hits his first free throw. 61 points. Chooses to miss the second free throw in honor of his grandpa. Let me tell you about a kid named Zack Chapaloni.
They lose by one.
Let me tell you about a kid named Zack Chapaloni, though.
Okay.
Dedicated his entire high school basketball career
Okay.
to sudden infant death syndrome.
Yep.
Every game.
Every game.
He scored less than 1 point.
How did you do that?
Overcoming.
You would score on the other hoop.
Well, 0 is less than 1.
Oh, right. The zeros.
Yeah, so I would
was
score
thinking
0
negative points.
No, yeah.
Did you never score in high school basketball? You rode the bench?
No, I didn't really play. I had protest.
Oh, boy.
You know what bums me out? I'm married to an adult Disneyland family
I saw that she went to Disneyland and you didn't have to go.
because I got to act in an HR video. Which,
So that
by the way,
because we've gone through this before. Zach doesn't like going to Disneyland.
I don't get adult Disneyland people.
I've agreed.
You need one kid and we're all having fun.
Yep.
Without a kid, I do not get it.
Yep.
I don't. And I want to be supportive. She came back. She showed me pictures.
She had a time of her life.
I had a time of like
Did she take her boyfriend?
everything she said. I hope so. I hope she got the full experience. Everything she said. That I could feel with everything she says about Disneyland. She tries to make me go, cool. Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
And the best I can do is, no way.
Damn, you can't even fake it.
I can't fake it. She showed me this area. She goes, I never knew this, but the guy that we were with, he goes there a lot. He knows about there's this area and there's all cats. There's these cats that roam, and I guess they help get rid of like a mice problem. But it's their own like colony of cats that live in this part, and they feed them and they keep them there. And some of them get names, and I'm like. Cool.
You have to see what kind of names.
Yeah.
You're telling me to act not depressed. You got to act like you love your wife.
No,
It's the same thing.
I'm passive aggressive. This is the only way I can show her. I would rather spend twice as much money on one sports game, which is for adults and kids,
Right.
but adults only can go. Adults only can go to Disneyland, but there's something wrong with you,
Yeah, there's
deeply
something
wrong.
odd.
Your childhood was trauma laden.
Yeah.
Did I use laden right?
Oh, who cares? Nothing matters. It's all shit.
Thank God. This is the one upside down having depressed Torio around. No pronunciation's going to get correct.
It doesn't matter.
I'll be like far and few between. You're like, who gives a fuck? And I'm like, cool, thanks, man. Cheers. Adult Disneyland Hesbo, sound off. Sound off in the chat. Because I need to know.
Yeah, I feel like the pod would be better if I argued with you, but I just don't think you're wrong at all.
Yeah.
I feel like we got to go. Last time I went to Disneyland, went with my niece, and which was cool.
Yeah.
But then we got to branch. We got to leave because we
Yeah.
had enough adults to watch her. We got a couple hours of just adults, ride a couple rides.
Yeah.
But then it was like, a whole day.
Yeah.
Of just being adults. I mean, unless you're getting like high.
I know. Isn't that
Maybe that's
sad?
kind of fun.
That's sad. I don't even want to admit that because that
Yeah.
one's so sad.
Right.
But I agree with it.
Yeah, if I was on the teacups high, I'd be like, whoa, dude.
Yeah, I'm
my
gonna
head
barf.
is crazy right
Yeah.
now.
I'm going to barf and get like 10 times higher.
Yeah, this submarine thing
Yeah.
is going to feel real.
Yeah. Hey,
without-
get me out of this thing. I'm going to make the ride stop. No, but I have fun when I go. And that is something I will admit. I do
Yeah.
have fun. Roller coasters are fun.
Totally. Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, great rides.
And I leave and I never go, all right, so should we book our next trip and start thinking about what we want to do at 6 a.m.? Because we got to get there right as it opens so we can eat everything and ride everything.
And if you get there even an hour before it opens, sometimes they pick you as like the first family of the day.
That's right.
So you can try to get lucky.
Right. And if it's your birthday, you can sign on a sticker. It's my birthday, and everyone says happy birthday when they walk by, all the greeters.
Yeah.
And
that's worth it.
And that's fun. And then I guess the downside would be going back to that void that is my home. That plays a crime neighborhood on TV. It's not magical. The mice, they don't.
It is.
They don't have white gloves and red shorts.
The mice there bite.
They bite.
Yeah.
They were here first.
They make sure I know that.
They make it clear. They write it in blood.
They're
in all
racist,
caps.
which is weird.
It is weird. It is weird. Not the good kind of racist either.
No.
Not anti-gentrification.
No.
Just pure anti-Korean mice.
Yeah. So it is nice because it's going to be 3 days, like a 3-day shoot according to the sheet.
Okay.
And so now if I hear real gunshots, which I hear sometimes, I won't know. I can be like, that could be fake gunshot.
Right.
That could be acting gunshot.
All I can tell you what my mom has told me all these times. Mm-hmm. Go say hi to them. Say I can be on the show if you need anything. This is how it starts. This is the first step.
I feel like my mom would say the same thing.
Would she?
Just be around.
Just be around. Hold something.
Hold something.
Did you put on the security jacket I got you? What happened to your event staff jacket?
The fold-out chair. That's how they know you're like you work there.
Wear the walkie-talkie I got you in the event staff jacket. Hand out green bracelets to people.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it. Honestly, I can't think of better TikTok content.
It'd be funny.
Then watch day 1, day 2, and day 3 of me trying to get on this episode of SWAT filming outside of my house. Learn the actors' names.
Okay. I don't know anyone in SWAT. I've
know.
never seen SWAT. It also feels like it's been out for years.
Yeah.
It's always weird when shows are like remember Burn Notice?
Yeah.
Suits?
Yeah.
All these shows where it's just like, what were you?
Yeah.
What's Claws?
Claws. My brother worked on Claws.
Yeah, Claws.
Claws was huge.
What was the other one? I don't know. All those shows. And it's like, I don't even know. At least SWAT, I know what it's about. I think it's about SWAT.
Right.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, you know what we did? Speaking of shows, we're rewatching The Sopranos.
You're watching it again?
Yeah, of course. Great show.
We watched it during COVID.
Yep.
And now you started at UNE?
Yeah. And there's this part where Tony Soprano's sister's having sex with her boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And he's having sex with her from the back, and he's holding a gun to her head.
Yep.
Do you remember this part? He's holding a gun to her head. And
it's a kink.
It's a kink. And so Elizabeth was like, that sounds fun. And I was like, I don't want to do this, you know? So I wasn't into it. And then the moment that gun was on the back of my head.
The misdirection. You know?
I'm out here, I'm writing jokes.
Famous comedian, Zack Chapaloni.
I'm writing jokes. I'm working. What can I say? I get no respect.
You get none of it.
You're actually getting no respect.
I'm getting zero respect.
Yeah, I don't respect you.
I know, man. It sucks.
Get some respect.
How do you do that? How do you overcome and get respect?
I told you, write swingers.
Okay. I think I can write swingers.
Write it out.
But can I just photocopy swingers and then just say this is a remake?
Honestly, you probably could. I'm not there yet. Like I don't speak to people of that level, like the executives I get to choose.
Yeah.
But it feels like they'd fall for it.
I turned in a script for that like only writers thing.
Yeah.
And then, so you have to read 7 other scripts and then you all like score it and rate it.
Yeah.
But I forgot like how much of a procrastinator I am.
So you haven't scored or rated anyone's?
No, and I'm gonna have to read all 7 of these scripts in one day, I think.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's gonna be like college all over again. Where I used to like this is how because I was a literature or English major, creative writing, but I would have to take literature classes. Is I used to count how many pages were in the book and then divide it by how many hours I had.
Yes.
And then I'd be like, all right, so you have to read this many pages an hour, and then I would read that many pages, and then for the rest of the hour, I'd like take a break.
That's funny.
So I think I'm gonna have to do that same kind of thing with this script reading situation.
You got to chunk out the shit you don't want to do. Oh, when we used to do P90X at Hesby Street, I'd always go like, all right, that's the first quarter of the movie. You know what I mean? Like the video's 2/3 of the way over, guys.
Yeah.
One more third.
Yeah.
There's no break in there. I'm just like mentally I
you need
like
to know.
a
I
quarter.
just have to do that one more time.
Yeah, exactly.
I did it once. I just got to do it again.
I did it. Okay, first 10th out of the way. 9 more.
9 more. It's no big deal.
I do that with vegetables. Every piece of broccoli I eat. I'm like, we got the stem out of the way.
We got the stem, so now it's just treetops.
Same thing with acid.
Every time you drop acid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm like, first universe out of the way. 9 more to go.
Just 16 more demons to
9
fight.
more to go if you follow a 10 base number system, which I'm starting to realize probably shouldn't matter that much.
I think I'm more into colors. All right, 4 more colors to go.
All right, 4 more hearts to feel. 4 more blood-curdling screams to fall through. That is the most accurate way I can describe psychedelics to you.
I'm going to do it. I've decided I'm going to do it.
Are you?
Yeah, because it's like I'm running out of options.
I'll give you some mushrooms.
Okay.
I mean, I'll...
It's decriminalized.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'll kill you.
Yeah, it's the purge.
Dude, I'm going to be the new chill doctor working out. Dude, I'll fucking kill you, dude.
You got to tell me why.
I'm bad with law, so like just NDA this whole thing.
Yeah, DA it.
Don't DA it.
You have to sign a chill clause, dog.
I'll fucking kill you, dude. I pull out a gun. They're like, whoa, 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 whoa. The family's right there. What? You said he's in pain.
Yeah, but isn't there like a ceremony? You could do a ceremony. Fine.
All right, yeah. You guys want like I got some leftover stuff from the last one. You guys bring your own goat skull.
All right, man.
Banger.
You want to do one, or you just want to fizzle it out like usual?
No, we never fizzle.
We don't fizzle?
No.
I think you're wrong.
My homeboys might fizzle, but we don't fall down. I feel like you dodged so many problematic bullets by not being a rap fan. Do you ever think about that?
I don't know. Not really.
Like Dave Matthews, never did really anything controversial.
He pooped on people.
He pooped on a plane, or
he didn't poop on
a
people.
bus that that got emptied.
It wasn't his fault, but they get a lot of shit for
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. So you're thinking like Kanye fans?
Kanye is like barely scratching the surface. I'm talking like just the actual music.
Oh right, yeah.
You know, like songs I can't even repeat. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite songs is a Lil Wayne song called BMJR.
And stands for
Birdman Jr.
Okay.
And
what was problematic about it?
Just a lot of... One verse starts with...
Do you want to make some apologies?
One verse starts with, you homo N-words getting AIDS in the ass.
Mm-hmm. And you listen to that song and like you didn't think about it?
I was like, it rhymes. Later. when I'm listening to it in high school, I'm like, this better rhyme soon.
This better start slapping.
And then I go, phew. It's like comedy where you can talk like our code, our oath in comedy is like you can really talk about anything as long as it's funny.
Right.
I'm like, you can say whatever fucked up shit you want, but that last word has to rhyme with one of those earlier words.
You know what's interesting is there was we watched it today. There was like a problematic set at Punchline last night.
Punchline San Francisco. A local comic went up, did his 7 minutes, and came after Jews.
Yes, and it was very wrong. It was bad. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Nothing that you can defend. But watching the video, there's times where some of the audience laughs. And I think it's like probably because it was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's also like the jokes, jokes are written in a way where where you're supposed to laugh.
Yeah, right.
And so a supportive audience or even an uncomfortable, because sometimes you just laugh because it's like, oh my God.
And this is the cadence. Like
yes,
we're at the beat where we laugh.
But I remember I was watching the video and you can see this couple up front and it's like, even though you're seeing the back of their heads, you can see that they're laughing. Yeah. And it reminded me of like when Will Smith got the standing ovation at the Oscars because he
apologized.
Kind of apologized.
Right.
Not even that.
Right. He just kind of said, I'm not perfect.
And it's just like audiences, man. It's just an example of like individuals I think can think for themselves, but like crowds and audiences they're just a different beast.
The mob mentality.
Yeah. It's weird.
the banality of evil. Have you heard about this?
No.
You heard about this banality of evil they're talking about?
No, tell me about it.
Well, it's basically this idea that like Nazis it wasn't just everyone in Germany at once was like, finally we need to kill Jews, exterminate them. It was people looking to their left and right and being like, all right.
Yeah, this is what we're
You
doing.
know, so there's this like sort of indifference that's peppered in.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's most of them. And they're like, yeah, sure. Are we clapping now?
But it is odd because you look at like, so the comic that went up was kind of doing this in a defense of Kanye, and so you have this kind of like idea of like, well, Kanye's having a mental breakdown, no one believes him.
Yeah.
But now you have this guy going up,
Yeah.
him kind of echoing Kanye's sentiments, and then you have people in the audience laughing. And I think because it kind of now it's fallen into our realm, stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is a problem.
Yeah.
This sucks.
Yeah.
So I was hoping you could fix it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the banger you want me to end on?
Yeah. Can you just fix it all?
Okay.
I don't know how we got there.
Yeah, I don't either. You
Sorry,
said
I
ended
brought
on
it
a
there.
banger, and then you said
No,
in
we got
defense
there.
of Kanye.
No, we got there somewhere. Oh, you brought up rap lyrics.
Oh, yeah,
and I
rap
thought you were
lyrics are-
kind of alluding to Kanye and like.
I wasn't.
Yeah, so I don't have that problem. I never liked Kanye.
Oh,
So
I
you're right.
loved his music when it came out.
I never liked it.
Sucks.
I was the kind of person way before he ever lost any steam. People would always call him a genius,
Oh, yeah.
and I never understood that.
Yeah, I didn't get too deep into the diehard Kanye fans was like every move he made, they're like, this guy's living fucking 40 years in the future.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't
Because
know.
I remember he did like that SNL. He performed on SNL, and it was like weird.
Oh, I
And
don't
they were
remember.
like, he's a genius. And I was like, I don't get it.
I don't remember. SNL performances musical performances
Right.
never are good.
I forgot what it was, but I remember it was weird. And people were like, this guy's next level, dog. And I'm like, okay.
I used to say that.
Show me some Ed Sheeran, dude. I just want a white guy with a guitar. No, I just want a guy with a guitar.
Whoa.
Now
you just
I'm
want a white
racist.
guy. Damn, that clip's going to be so viral.
Canceled.
Well, our podcast is going to blow up.
Who cares?
Yeah. See, this is what the face of depression, you guys.
Hey, guys.
No, but talking about Kanye being genius. Oh, everyone you love is awful. And we're finding that out.
Yeah, you're right. I've been very lucky.
Like Dave Matthews, shit getting thrown out of a fucking window or whatever.
That wasn't his fault.
This was not his fault, and it's also like an honest, like bad, like it was just a mistake that the person made. You know, it was a stupid thing to do, and the worst thing that could have happened.
Right.
You're about Chuck Berry? I found out about this last night.
No, I don't know about Chuck. Well, he's dead now.
Johnny B. Good,
Johnny B. Good.
the inventor of rock and roll.
Yeah, did he do stuff?
He did stuff. He used to get hookers, and he would record himself. He liked to pee on them. And then he also liked when they would, maybe I should say not safe for work now. I don't know if you're listening to Hesby at your dentist office.
Not safe for work.
Waiting room.
So
But he would fart.
wait. So first of all, before you get into it, peeing on women, that's safe for work. But whatever you're gonna say next, it's no longer safe for work.
Well, when he was
It's gonna get worse.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
Damn.
When he would get blowjobs from these prostitutes, oral sex,
Okay.
he
would fart.
he got pleasure in farting in their faces without warning them, and then
pretty bad.
them being grossed out by it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And he filmed all this.
Yeah.
Not, hey, let me pull out my iPhone.
Right. He had like a full-on camera. 'Cause this is like the 60s.
You got to throw the curtain over the back of your head. You got
Right.
like the bulbs are on the ground.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. People are really
And he
bad.
owned a restaurant, I guess, or some business where he was known for filming the toilets. Johnny B. Good.
Johnny be good.
And I thought, A, this is heartbreaking.
Yep.
And I thought, B, we're not the kinkiest it gets. It was like, I thought like our society now with like porn
porn
and
and
everything
stuff.
being out there, like we're the weirdest. But those guys were like at these old timey studios, like Dewey Cox type of like
Right,
parody
yeah.
shit, being like, so anyway, and I pissed on her, I farted on her, and I told her, get the fuck out. Money's on the dresser. Should we start from the top? My tender heart gal, where are you? Bo-bo-do-bo-bo.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's like, so I can't come until something's on fire. I'm telling you, Lloyd, I can't come until something's on fire. Anyway, here's another dandy from Torio and the Bandits called My Love Time Heartache Gal.
Man. Well, and then these are the monsters that just live in this world, and then you're like, why are you so depressed, Torio?
Well, yeah, because
life's shit.
it's like Bob Marley says, if there are people working for darkness this hard, you owe it to us to work for light this hard. You represent the light. Fuck, I'm canceled.
Now you're canceled.
Fuck.
All right, well, we both been canceled.
I was saying a good thing. Represent the light, salvation. Forgive me, mom and dad. I'm like Irish. Da, you're there.
This is a weird one.
Wait, can I tell you one last funny thing that happened?
Sure.
My dad, he's like in the hospital just for being unhealthy. And
That is funny.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.
He's gonna lose his foot, maybe.
Okay.
But what he's most upset about is they took his bottle of liquor and his cigarettes. And I'm like, well, yeah, let's make sure that foot's gone. You know what I mean? And he's like, nah, I don't know. And he's like, I don't want to talk about it. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, so what else is new? And he goes, you watch any football this weekend? I was like, nah, I had to work. And he goes, Tom Brady's looking old out there.
It's like you want to.
Were you here 10 seconds ago in this conversation?
Do they not have a mirror at your hospital?
Tommy 2 Foot Brady?